Thank you all for joining us once again on this channel. Today, we present the summary of the anime Golden Boy, featuring the protagonist, a 25-year-old man named Kintaro Oe. Riding his bicycle to his first day at a new job, a mishap occurs as he, engrossed in music, collides with a car that loses control, sending him tumbling off his bike. Encountering the striking Onna Sacho, owner of a successful software company, Kintaro is surprised. After the accident, she generously compensates him for dry cleaning and bicycle repairs, inadvertently overpaying. Despite his reluctance, Onna leaves, seemingly unconcerned about the excess payment. Kintaro notes her as a potential danger in his ever-present notebook. Upon getting his bike repaired for free, Kintaro arrives at his new job where he discovers an office filled with attractive female colleagues. Introducing himself to his boss, who turns out to be Onna, Kintaro is assigned to maintenance. However, his inappropriate fantasies about his boss lead to a precarious situation. Onna fires him, but Kintaro pleads for a chance to showcase his programming skills. Crafting a makeshift computer, he struggles with professional language and misinterprets conversations. Despite numerous awkward incidents, he manages to avoid getting fired permanently. As Kintaro familiarizes himself with the workplace, a memorable scene unfolds as he cleans windows, and Onna surprises him with a request. Despite the awkwardness, Kintaro unwittingly becomes the luckiest man in the office. Later, he unintentionally shuts down a server, causing the loss of months of work. Despite claiming to have crucial information in his notebook, Onna destroys it, leading to Kintaro's dismissal. Desperate to salvage his job, Kintaro pleads, but this time Onna remains resolute. A week passes, and the office struggles with the workload. A program attributed to Kintaro emerges, saving the day. Onna seeks him out, discovering that he had selflessly used the money she gave him to rescue a struggling bicycle business. Realizing the true extent of Kintaro's loyalty and abilities, Onna acknowledges her misjudgment. She rushes to find him, expressing her intention to seek him out for a new adventure, as Kintaro continues his journey of learning and self-discovery beyond the conventional bounds of university education. Kintaro notices a very pretty woman and engages in cheesy banter, raising his hopes once again. He offers to bring liquor to a necessary meeting. Now working for the Electoral Committee of Katsuta, Kintaro becomes disheartened by the corrupt practices within the campaign but is secretly excited about the prospect of opportunities with women if Katsuta wins. When Katsuta's wife's assistant requests time off due to her son's illness, Katsuta's wife refuses. Kintaro seizes the chance to take her place, intending to see Katsuta's daughter, Naoko, again. Despite a warning about Naoko's tragic past, Kintaro cleans her toilet and daydreams about intimate scenarios. While in Naoko's room, she takes his hand, leading to an unexpected encounter where Kintaro imagines her discovered. Overwhelmed by temptation, Kintaro blames himself for his perceived perversion. Naoko realizes Kintaro is observing her and expresses concern about her father discovering their interaction. Another day, Naoko apologizes for their previous encounter, and she purposefully feints to let Kintaro touch her inadvertently. Kintaro, stunned, calculates Naoko's bra size, receives a letter, and is invited to her room that night. In Naoko's room, Kintaro discovers the invitation is for studying math problems, not what he initially thought. Their interactions become routine, with Kintaro working on the Katsuta campaign during the day and tutoring Naoko in the evenings. On the day of the election results, Katsuta's campaign wins again. Kintaro realizes his notebook is missing. In a dramatic confrontation with Naoko, she accuses him of abuse, leading to a misunderstanding with her father and Kintaro being sent away. Later, Kintaro arrives at Naoko's room, where she appears serious. She cuts off her clothes with scissors, falsely accusing Kintaro of attempted abuse. However, the situation takes an unexpected romantic turn as Kintaro confesses his love for Naoko. Naoko, feeling guilty, asks for forgiveness, and Kintaro leaves for a new beginning, with Naoko granting him freedom. They part ways with a promise of a future meeting. When she pounces on Kintaro and they kiss, where things get worse, Kintaro confesses that he loves his daughter and that he would never hurt her. Naoko begins to cry and feel guilty because he realizes that he is not like the others and that he is really in love with her, and asks them to stop attacking him and confesses that it was all his fault and asks Kintaro to forgive her. Kintaro leaves for a new horizon, but before leaving, Naoko gives him the freedom, and Naoko mentions that when his wounds heal he would like to visit her sometime, and that day he will offer her his exclusiveness. Finally, he gives her a kiss, and this is how they say goodbye. Kintaro works in a restaurant, covering for the injured boss and learning to cook. During his turn to cook, a customer complains about the raw pasta. The boss apologizes, attributing it to a new cook, and offers a complimentary dish. The boss's daughter, Noriko, arrives, and Kintaro is smitten. She asks him to decorate her room with flowers, a task he gladly accepts. A man named Hiroshi arrives in a limousine. Known to Noriko's parents, Hiroshi thanks them for saving Noriko's father and invites her to see his new boat, to which she agrees. Later, Noriko expresses gratitude to Kintaro for saving her father, revealing that someone had run over him. Hiroshi turns out to be a womanizer with ulterior motives. Kintaro confronts him after witnessing his deceitful actions, leading to a confrontation. Hiroshi threatens Kintaro not to reveal the truth. Hiroshi proposes to Noriko, but his true intentions of gaining control of the restaurant surface. Kintaro unsuccessfully tries to warn Noriko. During an outing, Hiroshi inappropriately touches Noriko, prompting Kintaro to intervene in a comical scene. Despite his efforts, Noriko remains unaware of Hiroshi's true nature. Noriko seeks advice from Kintaro about Hiroshi's marriage proposal. Kintaro reveals the truth, but Noriko doesn't believe him and leaves. Noriko receives a note to meet Hiroshi on a bridge, leading to a confrontation. Kintaro tries to dissuade Hiroshi, but Noriko overhears, leading to her discovery of the truth. Noriko faces Hiroshi's wrath, and Kintaro defends her. Eventually, Noriko's father recovers, and life returns to normal. As Kintaro prepares to leave, he apologizes to Noriko and bids farewell. Noriko opens up, expressing her love for Kintaro and appreciating the happiness he brought into her life. Kintaro suggests she find someone who appreciates her, and with laughter and tears, they part ways, leaving Kintaro to wonder about his next adventure. Kintaro finds himself in a cold location observing people swimming during the winter. His attention is captured by a girl he refers to as the wild girl due to her free-spirited nature. Expressing his desire to meet her, Kintaro openly admires her body, prompting her to inquire about his purpose. He discloses his quest for a job, and fortune favors him as the establishment is seeking a swimming coach. The wild girl, who turns out to be the director, challenges him to a swimming duel with the condition that if he wins, he gets the job. But if he loses, he must do whatever she asks for a month, all while working for free. Undeterred, Kintaro introduces himself and explains his teaching approach, aiming to help children improve their swimming skills. Despite his commitment to the director, he can't help but be distracted by the scandal. Wild Girl criticizes Kintaro's teaching methods as too childish, highlighting the expensive registration fees and lack of progress in the student. Unfazed, Kintaro assures her of positive results soon. Observing a professional course taught by the wild girl, Kintaro daydreams about dolphins and envisions the director's bare breasts. He requests to join the class, and she accepts, confident in her imminent victory. During a swimming session, Kintaro becomes motivated by the sight of the wild girl's body and accidentally collides with her in a compromising manner. Apologizing for the incident, Kintaro faces the wrath of the wild girl, who knocks him unconscious. He promises to return after some time, hoping she'll calm down. Days pass, and Kintaro's innovative teaching method helps younger students learn faster. The wild girl realizes the effectiveness of a more enjoyable approach to swimming, influenced by her father's teachings. When a mother calls to praise the wild girl for her daughter's progress, the girl inquires about Kintaro. The wild girl admits to losing the challenge and expresses a desire to hire him as a trainer, realizing she was too severe. The narrative ends with her desperately searching for Kintaro, acknowledging his impact on her heart. Kintaro heads towards his new job and encounters a girl on a motorcycle who captivates him with her unique style. She performs unconventional moves on the bike, enjoying a drink while pedaling. Despite attempting to catch up, Kintaro is unable to match her speed. Arriving at his new job as a servant for millionaire Terayama, Kintaro faces a disciplined environment where mistakes result in physical punishment. He observes Ryoko Terayama, the millionaire's daughter, finding her charming. However, his infatuation leads to an accident, causing him to be punished with a waterfall dousing during the night. The next day, while cleaning the toilet, Kintaro engages in his unusual habit of praising it, unaware that Ryoko is witnessing his actions. Embarrassed, Ryoko dismisses him, leading to Kintaro's dismissal from the job. Undeterred, he camps near the place, waiting for Ryoko to appear. After 23 days, Ryoko finally emerges, prompting Kintaro to follow her. He discovers her secret. She engages in intimate activities with her motorcycle, claiming men are all the same and cowards. Ryoko challenges Kintaro to a race, offering herself if he wins. The race begins, and Kintaro takes an early lead. However, Ryuko overtakes him effortlessly, and Kintaro underestimates the challenge. He gains an advantage when Ryuko encounters obstacles. In a risky move, Kintaro conquers an unfinished road, securing victory. Ryuko expresses excitement and invites him to claim his prize. But Kintaro inexplicably leaves the scene. The story ends with Ryuko calling Kintaro my love and expressing her desire to be with him. The mystery remains as to why Kintaro didn't return to claim his reward. Kintaro finds himself at an animation company where the boss initially hesitates to hire him due to the lack of a car. However, a girl persuades the boss, highlighting the scarcity of candidates for the position, leading to Kintaro's acceptance. Assigned the task of distributing work among the employees, Kintaro begins to familiarize himself with the company's inner workings, all the while displaying a familiar tendency to scrutinize Chai's body. In a single day, Kintaro manages to grasp the intricacies of the animation production process, interacting with animators and cartoonists. The boss urges him to expedite tasks as important clients are expected soon. A producer and an actor arrive to discuss their film adaptation of the manga The Valley of the White Demon, revolving around students discovering a demon beneath their school. As work piles up, Kintaro faces challenges in meeting deadlines. The pressure intensifies when the producer threatens to cancel the contract if the movie isn't finished within 3 weeks. In a moment of misfortune, Chai accidentally spills coffee on the producer, leading to an inappropriate incident involving Kintaro, further aggravating the situation. With the director in the hospital after an accident, the boss contemplates giving up. However, Kintaro proposes a solution using computer-generated graphics and contacts Onna and her friends for assistance. They work tirelessly to meet the tight deadline, even involving Ayuko, Noriko, Naoko, and Ryuko for specific tasks. As the movie's screening approaches, Kintaro becomes anxious, realizing he changed the ending unexpectedly. The audience, initially unsure, eventually applauds, impressed by the unexpected twist. The producer congratulates the boss, and as everyone celebrates, they realize Kintaro has disappeared, taking his bike. All the girls decide to chase after him, eager for one last encounter. In the end, Kintaro continues his journey, always seeking new experiences and opportunities to learn something new every day.